Yeah, obviously, we came up short, but I thought the first two games, we played really well. We had a chance. Game one came up short. Game two, we played really well and won. It seems like them going big with Middleton out and changing that kind of made it just tougher for us for whatever reason. We just weren't able to figure it out after that. So obviously, it's kind of tough to really go into too much details right now. We'll have to, watch all the games and see kind of what we're wrong. But yeah, I think at this point they're just, the better team on the court. They've been in these situations before. They were better at, handling the adversity of, fighting, going through the up and down of the playoffs and things like that. For us, it was the first time as a team in the playoffs. So we just, I think there were some things obviously a lot of things we could have done better. But it's a good, learning experience for us. Hopefully, we can learn from it and use it to get better. But yeah, I think just they had more this series than we did. They played better. They just we obviously last three games we didn't have much of a chance.
How do you look at this season as a whole?
I think it was a kind of say a weird season with a lot of up and downs. A lot of injuries, stuff with COVID, things like that. We started off really, really well, which kind of nobody expected us to. I think neither even us. We didn't really expect to start off that well. And then, for whatever reason, towards the end, we just had a poor finish, and that obviously affected us and put us in a tough situation going to the playoffs, having to play from the sixth seed, playing the world champs. So the positive is that we did have a positive record. We did make the playoffs, so those are some good positives. There were some really good moments. But again, building a winning team that can go deep takes time. So I think it's hard to judge it off just one season and judge it off one playoff series that we played. I think this team does have a lot of potential, but it takes time. Obviously we also didn't have as many games to get as we would like, but that's part of it. But I think overall, I think we can say it was a good season for us. Could have been better for sure. We wanted to be better, but I think overall, I think it's a good season for a team that's been first time together, and to get the Bulls back to the playoffs at least, some positive to build on.
Go ahead. I was going to say, especially against this team, you guys are outsized so heavily. What are there things that you'd like to see happen during the off season, or things that you think would be important for this team getting better next year?
I mean, I don't know. That's something obviously that's for the front office to look at. I don't usually. I haven't really been involved throughout my career in those decisions much. So, whenever we meet with the front office, and if we talk to them about things that we saw and things that could help us. But that's usually something that you should ask the front office. I don't get involved in that too much. I think this team has a lot of potential. I think we have a lot of good players, some very young players that have bright futures, and some good veterans. It just takes time to work. Obviously, their size did hurt us, and I think that was the issue for us all year long, that we didn't have as much size. But yeah, other than that, yeah.
Do you have any idea? Can you put your finger on why the shooting took such a dip in the second half of the season?
I'm not sure. I think sometimes maybe at times the shots we're generating, the ball movement could have been better at times. I think when defenses pressured us and took us away out of our stuff, we kind of got stagnant. And when you get stagnant and the ball doesn't move as well as it did in the first part of the season for us, it's hard to generate good shots and play that way. And then once you get some, a couple of bad losses in a row, a couple of bad games, it gets harder to play. So it is just, obviously the season just finished, so it's hard to really, have an answer right now. And for me to give you a good answer right now, something we'd have to look at. But I think there's a lot of stuff that just didn't go well for us towards the end. Shooting was part of it, but I think it came from a lot of other stuff that we could have done better.
You've known DeMar a long time. Would you say his first season in Chicago met your expectations, exceeded them? Where did you kind of?
I mean, I didn't really have any, I'd say, expectations for him, because I just know how great of a player he is and how much work he puts in, how committed he is. So, I mean, some of the stuff he did this year were, amazing. Some of the big scoring games he had, the buzzer beaters, the game, like all the stuff he did, the that right before the break, the way he played and all that. So there was one of the great moments that he had. But it's all stuff I knew he was capable of. So I can't really say that it exceeded my expectations or anything. Just something you kind of expect from a great player to happen, and obviously when it does happen, you're part of it. It's obviously even better. So it was great to play with him. He was great for us this year. On the court, off the court, as a leader, in the playoffs too. So it was a really pleasure to play with my college teammate again.
Your thoughts on your season, just individually?
Yeah, I thought overall I thought it was a good season for me. It was a big adjustment for sure. Playing one way that I did for the past couple of years in Orlando, and even when I got here last year, to this year it took me some time, longer than I thought it would. I think throughout the year I was trying to find myself, my spots and things like that. But I think as season went on, it was better and better. So yeah, I think overall good season, good learning experience for me. New situation, new role, and so I'm just gonna continue to look to build up on it. But yeah, there was a lot of positives, and so I think aside from maybe the start, I was a little not up to my standard. I think that actually made me a better player, and I was able to figure other ways to be effective and play. And so yeah, I think overall good season. Hopefully be better next year.